morning. Lakeisha Halen, Office of the Public Defender.
Elaine Fusco, State Attorney's Office.
All right, good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name, please?
Ralph Gratian.
All right, sir, you're here in 2019 CF 13864AO. You're arrested pursuant to a warrant for a violation of pretrial release. The judge in your case did revoke your pretrial release and set your bond on count 1 at $2,500.
Can I speak for a minute?
No, not right this second. And 500 count 2 and 500 count 3. Does he have the public defender? Okay, so you have the public defender. If you have any questions, you may want to ask her. And if that
So I
can't
can't
be
speak to you
answered by
directly?
her.
I can't speak to you directly?
You can speak with me, but I don't want you to talk about the facts of your case or anything about that. So if you have a question, you may want to ask Ms. Haling first. Yeah, and I mean, was your question answered, sir?
Yeah, my question was answered.
Okay, good.
That's it?
All right, good morning, sir. Please tell me your name.
Jean Antoine.
All right, Mr. Antoine, you're here in 2019 MM9510AO. You're arrested for trespass on property after warning. Do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Was there an offer for Mr. Antoine?
Yes, adjudication of guilt, 3 days with credit time served, court costs, no return to the scene of the trespass.
Thank you.
Your Honor, Mr. Antoine is going to accept the offer, plead no contest.
Okay. Do you have a plea form? Oh. Yeah. All right, Mr. Antoine, is this your signature at the bottom of the plea form?
Yes.
Did you understand everything contained within the plea form?
Yes.
Do you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes, I do.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No.
Okay, you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Yes, I am a U.S. citizen.
Okay. I do find a factual basis based on the affidavit in the court file to accept your plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 3 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. You can't go back to 600 East Washington Street. You gotta abide by the trespass warning. If you go back, probably getting arrested again, okay?
God, I understand.
Okay, and I do have to impose court costs. I'll order that you pay those by November 26, 2020. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, sir. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name, please? Can you tell me your name?
Deborah Laroy.
Can't. Anyone?
Deborah Laroy.
Deborah Laroy. Okay, were we able to get an updated face sheet for her?
No, Your Honor, this still shows Jane Doe, but she has no priors.
Okay, but they did a fingerprint?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
and that is her name?
Yes.
Okay. All right, ma'am, you're here in 2019 MM9523AO. You're arrested for trespass in an occupied structure is a refusal to leave. And I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Was there an offer?
I was just sitting there by my business. The Big Mac and a cup. Stewart.
Is there an offer?
With no priors, we could do withhold adjudication, 3 days with credit time served, court costs, no return to scene of trespass.
Your Honor, may I have a moment?
Sure.
I didn't do anything wrong. I was just digging a cup.
I know.
Your Honor, Ms. Laroy is going to accept the offer, plead no contest.
Okay. All right, Ms. Laura, did you sign the bottom of the plea form? Did you sign the bottom of this plea form, ma'am?
Excuse me?
Did you sign the bottom of the plea form?
Yes, I did.
Okay, did you understand everything?
Well, I guess.
Okay.
Doesn't make any much sense.
Okay, what doesn't make sense?
Okay, I went along with the sentence.
Okay, well, you don't have to, but if you want to, you'll get out today,
Okay.
okay?
I can never go back to that
You
McDonald's.
can't go back to the McDonald's, okay?
Can you write the name of the address of the
I will.
McDonald's?
I will tell you the address. You can't go back there, okay? And it's 5400 South Kirkman Road, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, don't go back there. And I find a factual basis to accept your plea. I'll adjudicate you guilty, or sorry, I'm going to withhold adjudication. I apologize. Sentence you to 3 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. And I said you can't go back to the McDonald's. I gave you the address. I have to impose court costs. I'll order that you pay those by November 26, 2020.
Your Honor.
Okay, if you
Can
like-
we have a judgment as to the court costs?
You're going to have to do that with the clerk's office.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right, so I'll give you a year to pay those off. You can go to the clerk's office and see if you can get yourself a judgment, okay?
I thought I was gonna get out today.
You are.
Okay. Can these cuffs be loosened on my legs?
Yeah.
So tight.
All right, good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name, please?
Lisa Christine Paris.
All right, Ms. Paris, you're here in 2019 MM 1069AW. You're arrested for petty theft of $100 or more. If you find probable cause, I'll appoint the public defender. I don't know if there'll be an offer today, but you can see.
Not at this time, Your Honor.
Okay. And is that due to her history?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so I am gonna order that you're not to return back to Walmart at 10500 West Colonial Drive or have any contact with any listed victim or witness. You must abide by the trespass warning. And I am gonna stay the bond at the $500. All right, good morning. Tell me your name, please.
Latasha Stewart.
All right, Ms. Stewart, you're here in 2019 MM 9524AO. You're arrested for possession of drug paraphernalia. If you find probable cause, I'll appoint the public defender. Was there an offer for Ms. Stewart?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, is there a reason there's no offer?
Just gonna, not at this time.
Okay, she wants to plead to the bench, she can.
Please.
Your Honor, Ms. Stewart would like to plead to the
Okay.
bench.
All right, Ms. Stewart, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand everything contained within the plea form?
Yes,
Do you
ma'am.
understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I do find a factual basis to accept your plea based on the affidavit in the court file. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. I do have to impose court costs. I'll order that you pay those by November 26, 2020. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, ma'am. Good luck.
Do I get out today?
Yes.
Thank you, baby.
All right, good morning, ma'am. Please tell me your name.
Esperanza
What's your last name?
Vasquez.
All right, Ms. Vasquez, you're here in 2019 MM 9522AO. You're arrested for petty theft. I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender. Was there an offer?
Adjudication of guilt, 10 days with credit time served, court costs, no return to scene.
Your Honor, may I have a moment?
Sure. Huh? 10, credit for 2. So you would do 8 more days, and then Seminole would come and pick you up? I don't think you have a bond. There is a bond, okay, okay.
I personally do not have a way to pay a bond, nor do I have someone to
So
pay.
then they would pick you up, once you're done with your sentence, they would pick you up.
Okay.
I think you failed to appear for a pretrial conference and for a no valid driver's license in Seminole. That's, yeah.
Your Honor, Ms. Vasquez is going to accept the offer, plea no contest.
Did you explain the enhancement of that? Okay.
Okay, yes.
Yes, Your Honor, she wants to accept the offer.
Okay.
It stinks. Sorry. At least you don't smell it. I'm nervous.
It's okay. We don't bite.
Do I-
All right, Ms. Vasquez, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I need you to say yes or no, okay? Did you understand everything contained within the plea form?
Yes.
Okay, did you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea? So there won't be a trial, the rights were listed in there, so like the state won't have to prove the case beyond a reasonable doubt. You won't be able to call witnesses on your behalf. So there's a bunch of rights that you're giving up when you enter a plea. You're not gonna fight the charge. You're doing it, as you said, in your best interest in pleading no contest. So your case is gonna resolve itself today, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
I understand.
okay, all right. Are you on probation anywhere?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. And when you say that, have you been on probation before?
I've never been on probation.
Okay, all
It's
right.
just the Seminole County, like, it's not probation, but I have to go to the probation office to get my paperwork
Okay,
for community service and
Okay.
court fees.
okay, all right. And do you understand that if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
I'm offended. I am a U.S. citizen.
Okay, I have to advise you of that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? All right. And so, Ms. Haling explained to you that theft is an enhanceable offense, and you understand all of that, correct?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay. I do find a factual basis to accept your plea based on the affidavit in the court file. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 10 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. You can't go back to the Home Depot at 6130 East Colonial Drive. If you've been trespassed, you must abide by the trespass warning. I do have to impose court costs. I'll order that you pay those by November 26, 2020. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you.
Okay.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
You can't do that. Thank you. I need a moment. I'm never gonna forget that. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Alexis Acevedo.
All right, Mr. Acevedo, you're here in 2018 CF 8349AO. You were arrested pursuant to a capias for failing to appear for a trial management conference on December 12, 2018. The judge did revoke your release and revoked your bond and set your bonds at none on all 4 counts. And the PD had been previously appointed to represent you. They'll be able to file any motions on your behalf with that judge, okay? All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Randall Alexander.
All right, Mr. Alexander, you're here in 2019 CF 4799AO. You were arrested pursuant to a capias for failing to appear for a status hearing on November 18, 2019. The judge did revoke your release and set your bond at none. CFPD. You do have the public defender. They'll be able to file any motions for you, okay? Thank you. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
John Bonfilio.
All right, Mr. Bonfilio, you're here in 2019 CF 16293AO. You're charged with grand theft 3rd degree of a motor vehicle. And 2019 CT 8578. And you're charged with no valid driver's license. I'll appoint the public defender. And Ms. Haling, you indicated you had a PC challenge for count 2, but I don't know, I have 2 separate cases and no
I'm
count
sorry.
2. No, that's okay.
It's the 19 CF 16293, the
Okay.
grand theft. As to probable cause, Your Honor, within the 4 corners of the affidavit, there's my client, Mr. Bonfilio, never indicated that he had any knowledge that this scooter was stolen. In fact, his co-defendant indicated that she purchased it, which is what she advised the officer. While he was in possession of it, he was the driver. The first element of theft is that they knowingly took that vehicle, and he knowingly did not know that it was stolen when he was in possession of it. So that's the basis of my probable cause challenge.
Okay, Ms. Fisco?
Yes, Your Honor. He did acknowledge to the police that he thought it was suspicious that the scooter did not have a tag, it did not have a key, and it was painted after he saw it. And he was the one who was driving the vehicle, the scooter, when the police found them.
I think it's probably more appropriate for a trespass
Yes, Your Honor.
based on the co-defendant's acknowledgement that she's the one that purchased it and painted it and all of that. I think a trespass is probably the more appropriate charge that I could find probable cause for. So I'll find probable cause for a trespass in a structure or conveyance. And so, let me see if we have it. So it would be 810.08-7. All right, so that's a trespass and conveyance. And then there is probable cause for the no valid driver's license. So, sir, you're not to have any contact with any victim, any witness, or your co-defendant, Ms. Zoldak, okay? You're not to drive without a valid driver's license, and you're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. Your bond on the trespass will be $500. Your bond on the no valid will also be $500. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Here, Broomfield.
All right, Mr. Broomfield, you're here in 2019 CF 16281AO. You're arrested pursuant to a warrant in which probable cause was found for second-degree murder. And I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. And this is a punishable, it's a first-degree felony punishable by life. And so, Ms. Fusco, does the state want to be heard as to bond?
No bond, Your Honor. In this case, in the residence, the police found a bloody knife and a bloody club-like object which had been used to create the injuries. The autopsy revealed that the cause of death was multiple skull fractures with subarachnoid hemorrhage, blunt force trauma, and contributing factor of the stab wounds. They found a witness who made a sworn statement that Gary Brumsfeld had made threats to do bodily physical harm, and they obtained a buccal swab, and they also noted he had a cut on his right hand. So the swabs from the handle of the knife recovered at the scene revealed mixed DNA of the victim and of the defendant. And DNA recovered from the wider portion of the club matched that of the victim, and the thinner portion of the club was mixed with DNA of the victim and the defendant.
Are you asking me to make a finding?
Yes, Your Honor. I would like to asking you to make a finding of proof evident presumption great.
Ms. Haley?
Your Honor, as to proof evident presumption great, I would just like to bring to the court's attention that the items that were found at the residence, Your Honor, while it did indicate that there was some of Mr. Bromfield's DNA on it, he was a resident. He did reside at the residence. All we have here is circumstantial evidence. Mr. Bromfield denied ever being at the residence, and there was no one there to put him at the scene at the time the alleged murder occurred. With that being said, Your Honor, we would ask that you find that proof is not evident and the presumption is not great here.
Okay. I mean, I think circumstantial evidence can lead a person to conclude that proof is evident, presumption great, and his DNA is on the weapon that was used to kill her, as well as the fact that he had injuries on his hand, and he specifically denied any involvement in the murder, but yet his DNA is on the murder weapon. So I do find proof evident presumption great. I'm going to hold him no bond. No weapons, no firearms, no ammunition, no illegal substances without a valid prescription, no contact with the victim or any witnesses or the victim's family members. And he's not to return to the scene of where the offense is alleged to have occurred, which is the residence at 4232 West Jackson Street.
May I have a moment, Your Honor?
Sure. All right, please tell me your name.
Dominic Goodman.
Okay. Bessie, Fessy, that's going to sign language? Okay. I'll give that to Judge Carter. All right, and I'm sorry, tell me your name again, sir?
Dominic Goodman.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Goodman. You're here in 2019 CF 16265AO. You're arrested for attempted burglary of a conveyance. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You can't go back to 620 Park Lane Street or have any contact with any listed victim or witness in the case. The bond will stay set at $1,000.
So what's,
All right, please tell me your name.
Mr. Ali Hatchet.
Okay, Mr. Hatchett, you're here in 2018 CF 14680. You're arrested pursuant to a capias for failing to appear for a hearing on October 30th, 2019. The judge did revoke your pretrial release and set your bond at none on each of the 5 or 4 counts. And so did he have the PD? Okay, I'll appoint the PD. You did fill out a form, and the PD's office is gonna have to file a motion for you. I can't change the bond on a capias, okay?
Oh, I was trying to explain why that happened.
Okay, well, I can't change the bond.
You can't change that, I'm just saying.
All right, please tell me your name.
Javion Hemphill.
All right, Mr. Hemphill, you're here in 2019 CF 16298AO. You're arrested for aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer with a motor vehicle, aggravated fleeing and eluding with an injury or damage, grand theft third degree of a motor vehicle, possession of burglary tools, resisting an officer without violence, possession of cannabis less than 20 grams, possession of drug paraphernalia, and burglary of a conveyance. If you find probable cause for all of those offenses, I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You can't possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. You may not possess any weapons or firearms or any ammunition. No contact with any victim, any witness, or any co-defendant in the case. And your bond on count 1 will be $10,000. Count 2 will be $5,000. Count 3, I'll stay at the 1,000. Count 4 will be $150, and all additional counts 5 through 8 will be $100. You out on bond in 2019 CF 9515EO. I'm revoking that release, setting the bond at none. You do have an attorney in that case. They'll have to file any motions to set bond for you. All right, good morning, sir. Please tell me your name. Okay, do we know what happened to Hudson Reynolds?
She's mental health, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll reset her. Okay, Mr. Hunter. You're here in 2019 CF 16294AO. You're arrested for possession of possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of cocaine, and possession of cocaine with intent to sell or deliver. I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And you can't possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription, no contact with any witness or any co-defendant in the case. And your bond on count 1, I'll reduce to 100. Count 2, I'll reduce to 150. Count 3 will stay at 15,000. You're out on bond, but I'm not going to take any action on that, or it's a notice to appear that you have a case. I don't know when you have a court date coming up, but you have a notice to appear for possession of drug paraphernalia.
I believe that was already canceled. It was already dropped.
Okay, well, let's see. I just don't want, if you get out of jail, I don't want you to miss a court date if you're required to be there. But they're not gonna drop a notice to appear. That would have to, did you already go to court for it?
Yeah, it was dismissed.
When did you go?
I don't know the exact date.
You don't know?
I don't know the exact date.
Okay, well, I mean, generally speaking?
Last month.
Okay. So on October 16th, Judge Clark heard the case and referred to the state to perfect service, but I'm not sure if there's a notice to appear, probably for the summons. Looks like a summons was issued, which I'm not sure why, because you got a notice to appear.
We should be able to be around each other.
That doesn't make sense. So you got a notice to appear and you got a specific court date. And then on that court date,
They dismissed it.
there was nothing dismissed, sir. So there was a issue with the summons, but I'm not sure why there was ever a summons issued because you got a notice to appear. So I'm not gonna take any action on it,
Thank you.
but you need to make sure that you find out what's going on,
Okay.
with your notice to appear.
Okay.
Your Honor, you said no contact with victim, witness, or co-defendant. His
I
alleged
said witness or co-defendant.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, there's no victim, so.
Yeah, as far as the co-defendant in the case, it's his wife. With that being said, Your Honor, just asking if he could have contact with his wife.
That's fine.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is your case number. You'll need to check with the clerk's office, okay? And
Okay.
I don't want you to miss another court date, but it hasn't been dropped, okay?
Okay.
Can somebody give him this so he has the case number?
I
I'm
wrote
sorry.
it, Your Honor.
You have it? Okay.
Okay. 6965.
Yes. I'll check with Judge Clark too, because that doesn't make any sense. All right, please tell me your name.
Nina Carmen Jensen Delgado.
Okay, ma'am, you're here in 2019 CF 16276AO. You're arrested for possession of heroin, possession of drug paraphernalia. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Can't possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. Can't go back to the location of where the offense is alleged to have occurred, the 6925 Lake Eleanor Drive. You've been trespassed from there. If you go back, you'll probably get arrested for the trespassing. And no contact with any witnesses in the case. And your bond will stay at 1,000 and 100. I'm not gonna take any action on your ROR case, but, don't miss any court dates, okay? All right, please tell me your name, sir. Tell me your name.
Cody Loudermilk.
All right, Mr. Loudermilk, you're here in 2019 CF 16296AO. You're arrested for a grand theft of a motor vehicle. Do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Can't have any contact with any victim or witness in the case. And your bond will be set at 1,000. I'm not gonna take any action on your out on release case. I don't know if you have any upcoming court dates or not. And he has a warrant, an out-of-county hold for Seminole?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor, that's for felony petty theft.
Okay.
No bond.
Okay. So you'll have to bond out here before Seminole will come and get you. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Nathan McCall.
All right, Mr. McCall, you're here in 2019 CF 11611AO. You're arrested pursuant to a capias for failing to appear for a status hearing on November 18, 2019. The judge did revoke your release and set your bond at none. Does he have the PD? You do have the public defender. They can file any motions to set bond for you. All right, please tell me your name. Do we know what happened to Miss Rain Paez?
He refused to take.
Okay, so it's a refusal. I find that to be a waiver. I'll appoint the public defender. And so, Ms. Haling, do you want to formally waive?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so 2019 CF 16280AO is charged with burglary of a dwelling and petty theft. I do find probable cause. I did appoint the PDs not to return back to 938 Alfred Drive or 934 Alfred Drive. And no contact with any victims or witnesses in the case. And the bond will stay set at 5,000 on count 1 and 250 on count 2. All right, and then tell me your name again.
Amber Satoris.
Okay, Ms. Satoris. You're here in 2019 CF 16295AO. You're arrested for possession of cocaine, possession of drug paraphernalia, and, well, sorry, count 1 is possession of cocaine with intent to sell or deliver. Count 2 is possession of drug paraphernalia, and count 3 is possession of cocaine. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. You can't possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. No contact with any witness. You can have contact with your husband, okay? And the bond on count 1 will stay set at 15,000. Count 2 will be 100. Count 3 will be 150. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Warren E. Whitty Jr.
All right, Mr. Whitty, you're here in 2019 CF 16291AO. You're arrested for possession of cocaine, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of a grocery cart or dairy case. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. And you can't possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. Your bond on count 1 will be 1,000, count 2, 100, count 3, I'll ROR you. All right. Good morning, sir. Please tell me your name.
Willie Williams.
All right, Mr. Williams, you're here in 2019 CF 16297AO. You're arrested for possession of MDMA. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. You can't possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. The bond will stay set at 1,000. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Rudy Wilson?
All right, Mr. Wilson, you're here in 2019 CF 6714AO. You're arrested pursuant to a capias for failing to appear for your arraignment on May 29, 2019. The judge did revoke your release and set your bond at none, and I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. They'll be able to file a motion to set bond for you in the case. I can't do anything today.
Okay, and Your Honor, I just want to put on the record that he was in jail in Brevard County at the
Okay.
time.
And a lot
I
of
understand.
judges will find that's a willful failure to appear if you get arrested on a new charge. So you'll have to work that out with the judge, okay? All right, please tell me your name.
Kara Zoldak.
All right, Ms. Zoldak, you're here in 2019 CF 16292AO. You're arrested for grand theft third degree of a motor vehicle, possession of heroin, and possession of drug paraphernalia. I do find probable cause for those offenses. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. You can't possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription, no contact with any victim, any witness, or your co-defendant. And the bond will stay set at 1,000 on count 1. I'll reduce count 2 to 150 and count 3 to 100. All right. Please tell me your name. Is Mr. Shabbat? Okay. Shabbat? Okay.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Shabbat, you're here in 2019 MO 1895. You're arrested for an open container violation. Do you find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Is there an offer?
Yes, Your Honor. Adjudication of guilt, 2 days with credit time served and court costs.
It's a credit for time served offer, if you want to take it.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
The plea, no contest.
All right, sir, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
It is.
Did you understand everything contained within the plea form?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes.
Are you on probation anywhere?
I just got put on probation. I haven't started it yet. I got going on, I was supposed to go today.
Well, but the judge sentenced you to probation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, where is that?
Right here in Orange County.
Okay. I don't think it's a good idea to enter a plea, even if it's an open container violation, okay, sir? So, because they can violate you automatically. What are you on probation for?
Possession of firearms
Okay.
and possession of trafficking.
Is it here in Orange County?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's make sure. Let's see what's going on. Try and pull up the website. I'm sorry, I just found this DOC website.
Yeah, that's the one I'm going up to.
I have a different, okay, so this is a 7/23, that's a different date of birth. There's another person with your exact name.
This is the same date of birth for 19 CF 4275. Yeah, under the DOC is a different guy.
Yeah, the DOC is a different person. It doesn't even look like him. And his date of birth, your date of birth is 12/30/62?
That's correct.
Yeah.
It's I have the case number. It's 19 CF 4275. He was just sentenced. November 6th.
All right, Mr. Shabbat, I don't want you to, I don't know what they would do for an open container, and you just got put on probation, so what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna ROR you, okay?
Okay.
Stay out of trouble, because if you get arrested, they can, you know, if you, when you go to the probation office, they're gonna ask you if you've been arrested for anything, you gotta be honest, because
Yeah.
that's always gonna be better for you than if you're not honest. So that's the only thing that I can tell you, but I'm gonna ROR you.
All right.
You're gonna get a court date when you get released, so you can't miss that court date, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right?
All right, thank you.
Okay. All right, please tell me your name.
John Michael Thompson?
All right, Mr. Thompson, you're here. In 2019 MO 1896, you're arrested for an open container violation. Do you find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public, well, I don't have a form for the public defender. Do you want to see if the state has an offer to resolve your case? Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. Adjudication of guilt, 2 days with credit time served, court costs.
Okay. So it's a credit for time served offer. You get out today, I give you a year to pay your court costs.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. All right, Mr. Thompson, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes.
Did you understand everything contained within the plea form?
Yes.
You understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes.
Are you on probation anywhere?
Nope.
Okay. Do you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
Okay.
Okay, I do find a factual basis to accept your plea based on the affidavit in the court file. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served.
Man, thank
You
you.
have to impose court costs. I'll order that you pay those by November 26, 2020.
Okay.
If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. Good luck, sir. All right, please tell me your name.
Thomas James Fannin.
All right, Mr. Fannin, you're here in 2019 MM 9515AO. You're arrested for trespass on property after warning. I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Was there an offer?
Yes, Your Honor. Adjudication of guilt, 3 days, credit time served, court costs, no return to the scene of the trespass.
Your Honor, Mr. Fannin is going to accept the offer,
Okay.
plea no contest.
All right. Mr. Fannin, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand everything contained within the plea form?
Yes,
Do you
ma'am.
understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
Yes.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No, ma'am.
All right, you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation. Okay, I do find a factual basis to accept your plea based on the affidavit in the court file. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 3 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. You can't go back to the Chevron gas station at 900 North Mills Avenue and abide by the trespass warning. If you go back, probably get arrested.
Yes,
I do
ma'am.
have to impose court costs. I'll order that you pay those by November 26, 2020. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. Good luck.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Please tell me your name, sir. Christopher.
Hernandez Bermúdez.
Okay. Thank you, sir. You're here in 2019 MM 9521AO. You're arrested for petty theft and resisting a merchant. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. I don't know if the state will have an offer.
We can offer adjudication of guilt, 15 days with credit time served, court cost, and no return to the scene.
Okay, so he has no criminal history whatsoever. They can't verify him for pretrial release because of the information that they gave him. So I don't want him to plead to something where he may be eligible for a diversion program with the state if they decide to file on it. And with no criminal history and no prior failures to appear, I'm going to release him on his own recognizance. Mr. Hernandez Bermudez, that means that I'm trusting that you're going to show up to any court date. They're going to give you paperwork when you get out with a court date on it. You cannot miss that. You need to make sure that the public defender knows how to get in touch with you, okay? And you don't miss that court date. Do you hear me? If you miss the court date, what's going to happen?
I will get arrested.
Yeah, and then you'll probably sit in jail until your case is resolved, okay? So I don't want that to happen to you, so you need to make sure you show up to court, okay? You can't go back to Target at 3770 North Goldenrod Road. Don't have any contact with anyone there, and if they've trespassed you, you must abide by the trespass warning, but you can't go back, okay? If you go back, you're probably gonna get arrested,
Okay.
okay? All right. Okay, please tell me your name.
I'm Elsa Jenkins.
Okay. Ms. Jenkins, you're here in 2019 MM 762A, and you're arrested for trespassing in an occupied structure conveyance. I do find probable cause, and I don't have a form for the public defender. Do you want to see if the state had an offer for you?
What do you mean?
You want to resolve your case today?
I really don't want to plead guilty to it.
Okay, well, you can plead no contest, which means you're making it in your best interest. You're not admitting guilt. If you don't want to
Well, I kind of like want to,
you can't talk about the facts of your case, okay? I would not do that. You're being recorded, so that will be used against you, okay? So, what I'm gonna do is, would she qualify for pretrial release? No? Can you give us an emergency contact number? Because you wouldn't give the pretrial release people any information.
yeah, I don't have any,
You don't have it, or you didn't want to give it?
I don't have any emergency contacts.
You don't?
No.
Okay. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, do you want me to appoint the public defender to represent you?
No, I'll just represent myself.
Okay, so I'm gonna stay your bond at $500. Need to make sure that you don't go back to the scene of where you were trespassed from. You can't go back to 1212 South Binion Road. Can't have any contact with any witness at that location or any victim. You can't possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription, and abide by the trespass warning. And the bond will stay set at the $500. Don't miss any court date. They're gonna give you a court date.
Okay, so you're letting me out today, or?
You have a bond,
Okay.
okay?
Did you take my papers?
All right, please tell me your name.
Come on, Arnold.
All right, Mr. Arnold, you're picked up on a Palm Beach County warrant, and they did set your bond at $10,000. So if you're able to bond out, you can bond out. If not, Palm Beach will have 72 hours pursuant to our administrative order, not including weekends or holidays, and we have a holiday coming up, to come and get you, okay? So if you can bond out, you can bond out. If not, you'll just have to wait for them. If they don't come and get you within that time frame that I gave you, then you'll come back before a judge.
Can I say something?
Sure.
I didn't know about this.
I have no information other than the warrant. Palm Beach County is a far ways away. I am not a judge in Palm Beach County. I can't do anything about it. They just bring you in front of me so I can tell you that you have a bond and how long Palm Beach has to come and get you if you can't bond out. So all I can tell you is it's an out-of-county warrant for a violation of probation. Violation of drug offender probation. And you do have a bond, so that's a good thing.
All right, thank you.
Okay? All right.
Thank you.
All right, please tell me your name, sir.
O'Neil Gomez.
All right, Mr. Gomez, you're picked up on a Polk County warrant, and it's a violation of probation, and the judge did set your bond at none in the Polk County case. And so Polk County will have 24 hours pursuant to our administrative order, not including weekends or holidays, but I don't think that will affect him. Correct, Jenny? No? Okay, all right, I can't count very well. But, so if they don't come and pick you up within that time frame, you'll come back before a judge, okay?
Can I ask something?
Sure.
So you said they have 24 hours to come
From
in?
right now,
That's from
to come
today
in.
till tomorrow.
they'll come and get you.
I'm pretty sure they are, it's Polk County. But just in case,
You'll come
I'm
back
shooting
before
for
a
the
judge.
stars.
So that's our administrative order. The statute says a reasonable amount of time.
Okay. So worst case scenario, I'll be back here.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay?
Thank you.
All
Have a good
right.
one.
Have a good day. All right. Please tell me your name, sir.
Good morning. My name is Andres Vargas.
Good morning. Mr. Vargas, you're here in an Osceola County warrant. The judge in your case did set your bond at none, and so Osceola County will have 24 hours, just as I told the other gentleman, to come and get you. If they don't do that within the time frame, you'll come back before a judge, okay?
Yes, and you said I have a bond?
No,
No,
no
okay.
bond, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, please tell me your name, sir.
St. Joseph.
Okay.
Ramon Perez is medical yard.
Okay, he's medical, he's been medical a couple times. We'll just, he's not in the hospital though, right?
No, you're right.
Okay, all right. Is it a contagious thing?
Not necessarily.
Okay, okay. I'm just wondering if we can appoint the public. Okay. So I'll appoint the public defender, okay? Ms. Haling, I'm gonna appoint the public defender in Mr. Perez's case. So 2019 CF 16206AO. He's not been able to come to court since the weekend, okay? It just keeps getting reset for medical. So I appointed your office. Do you want to formally waive?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So he's charged with robbery with a deadly weapon and battery. And I do find probable cause for those offenses. I did appoint the PD's office to represent him. And count one is a punishable by life felony, I believe. Do you want to be heard as to bond, Ms. Fusco?
Yes, Your Honor. In this case, the victim was walking toward Family Dollar. Two males approached him, and he had an altercation. And then the second one, later identified as Mr. Perez, attacked him from behind, placed his hands in his pockets to take his belongings, and then Mr. Perez pulled out a knife and told him to back away. The knife was in his backpack when police found him. So we would offer that proof is evident, presumption great, and ask for no bond.
Haley?
Your Honor, we defer to the court.
I just want to, I'm pretty sure it's a PBL. I just want to make sure before I. Okay, it is. Okay. All right, and based on my review of the affidavit, I do find proof evident presumption great as to count 1, and I am going to hold him at no bond on count 1. Count 2, I'll stay the bond at the $500. He's not to possess any weapons or firearms or any ammunition, no return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred, and no contact with any victim or witness in the case or any co-defendant that there may be named. Okay. Mr. St. Just. Oh, thank you. All right, so this 2019 MM 1062AW. It's unlawful discharge of a firearm. I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Did you want the PD? I don't have a form. Okay, I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. And then in 2019 CF 16230AO, you're charged with grand theft third degree of a firearm, fraudulently possessing 4 or more identification, or 4 or fewer identifications of another, grand theft third degree, and armed burglary of a conveyance with a firearm. And I'll appoint the public defender. I do find probable cause for those offenses. So, Ms. Haling and Ms. Fusco, count 4 is a punishable by life felony. Did the state want to be heard as to bond?
Yes, Your Honor. When the defendant was apprehended, he was in possession of the stolen firearm from the vehicle, as well as the stolen travel bag that contained the victim's credentials and iPad. He admitted to being unlawfully inside the vehicle and finding the firearm to law enforcement. So we would argue that proof is evident, presumption great, and he should be held on no bond.
Ms. Haling?
And we defer to the court.
Okay. So I do find proof evident, presumption great as to count 4. And I am going to hold him at no bond on that count. Count 1 will be $2,500. Count 2 will be $150. Count 3 will be $150. And no weapons or firearms or any ammunition you may not return back to where the offense is alleged to have occurred. And that's the 251 West Plant Street. No contact with any victim or witness in the case. And I did set the bonds there. Then there's the unlawful discharge of a firearm, so no weapons or firearms or any ammunition in that case. No contact with any witnesses in the case. And you may not return back to 310 South Boyd Street in that case. And the bond in that case will be set at $1,500. You're also out on bond in 2 cases, 2019 MM 1047AW and 2019 MM 1046AW. Does he have the PD in those cases? Okay, you do have the public defender in those cases. I'm going to revoke the releases in those cases. And that's for pretrial, is he on pretrial release for both?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna revoke the releases and set the bonds at none, and the PDs will have to file any motions to set bond for you in those cases. Do I need one for each case, Robin? Because this one is just for one case.
One more.
Okay, this is for the 1047. I'll give this one. I can put it in there. 2019 MM 001. That's this one. Okay. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Joshua Thayer.
All right, do we know what happened to Robert White?
He's still mental health, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Haling, were you gonna go talk to him?
I went yesterday. He was unresponsive.
Okay, all right, so I did appoint the PD already.
Yes.
Do you want to formally waive his appearance?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so he's charged with trespass on property after warning. I do find probable cause. I did appoint the PD. Can't go back to 222 East Colonial Drive, Leaders Casual Furniture, or have any contact with any victim or witness, and abide by the trespass warning. The bond will stay set at 500. Okay. And your name is Joshua Thayer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, Mr. Thayer, you're here in 2019 MM 9080AO. The PD's office has filed a motion for non-monetary release conditions. I've reviewed that motion, and so, Ms. Haling, it's your motion. I don't know if you've all talked about it.
Yes, Your Honor. We're asking for Mr. Thayer to be released on his own recognizance today, Your Honor. He's been here for 19 days after being arrested on November 8th for a trespass and resisting officer without violence. He was also being held in a prior case, which he just resolved. So he would, if he's released today, both cases, it wouldn't be any pending action that would keep him here. With that being said, Your Honor, I would like to just take some brief testimony from Mr. Thayer.
Okay, I just have a question. So he came in and his bond was, I believe, revoked.
Yes, he just had an arraignment in courtroom 2.
And that's on 2019.
MM 8357.
Okay, so, and so he pled to that?
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't believe so.
He just came from court.
Oh, he pled just now?
Yes.
Okay, and what was the sentence?
It was credit. It's 25 days off. 30 days. And it was credit time served, and it was. I had paid court fines and also money to investigation.
Okay, so it was credit for time served?
Yes, ma'am. So I was told by the PD in the state.
He just came from courtroom.
Just
Right, but did he have 30 days?
30 days, they would automatically credit.
Oh, okay, I thought he said 30 days credit for time served. Okay, okay, all right. And I'm showing that there's 2019 MM 83072. Are you aware of that case?
No.
That's what he just pled to that too, in October, to a trespass. So, that's 3 cases in a pretty short amount of time. So, okay, so you want to put
We'll
on
take
some
his
testimony?
testimony,
Can you
yes,
raise
ma'am.
your right hand to be sworn in, sir? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay.
Mr. Thayer, how long have you lived here in the Central Florida area?
Since 2013.
Do you have any family members here?
Yes, I have 2 kids.
And Anyone else?
No, my grandmother, she's one that's watching my kids right now while I'm in jail.
Have you made any efforts to post your bond?
Yes, I have. I've called my god sister and I've tried to reach out to other family members, and I've not been able to get anybody to post my bond.
And did your god sister give you a reason?
She didn't have
I'm
any
sorry, I
funds.
can't, it's hard,
I'm
there's
sorry.
a lot going on.
I'm sorry. Did your god sister give you any reason as to?
Yeah, she didn't have any funds to bond me out because she's struggling as well as I'm struggling to take care of my kids.
Okay, so if you are released, Mr. Thayer, I'm showing an address here in Orlando, Florida address. The judge has that as well, and I'm just gonna have him look at it so he can confirm that this is the address where he'll be staying at.
That's correct.
Right. And if you are released today, the main premise of a bond is to ensure that you come back to court. As we discussed, you do have a prior failure to appear history, the last one in July 2019. With that being said, do you understand the importance of you returning back to court?
Yes, I do.
Okay, if you were released today, how do you plan to get back to court?
I have transportation. I can take the bus, or I can be here. I have been dropped off by my god sister.
If you're released today, do you understand that you cannot return to the McDonald's at 830 South Orange Blossom Trail?
Yes.
And do you agree to keep in contact with your attorney regarding any future court dates?
Yes.
And also to appear at any future court dates?
Yes.
No additional questions, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Fusco, any questions?
Yes, Your Honor. We just wanted to make note of I think we have 15 convictions. He's had 3 failures to appear. And as noted previously, he was out on release in 19 MM 8357 when he was arrested. In this case, we do not believe he's an appropriate candidate for ROR, but the state could offer, since there are 2 counts with 2 separate bonds, to allow him to be ROR on one of the counts.
You're not allowing him to do anything.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I misspoke. So we could agree to have ROR on one of the counts, Your Honor.
Okay. So, my problem is that he has 3 failures to appear, one of which is in this year. He's picked up 3 trespasses in this year that I'm aware of. One of which he was out on bond in, another one which he pled to in October. And so I just don't know that he's a candidate, correct, for ROR. But I will ROR as to count 2, but I'm gonna stay the bond on the trespass at the 500, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, I have a 33-day motion for 2019 CF 14862AO. The C and information was filed yesterday on the 25th. So that will be denied. Yeah, sorry, Douglas J. Bronson. 2019 CF 14862AO. All right, everybody ready?
Yes.
Okay. Two 2019 CF 13491AO, Manuel Amilcar Siaka.
There's a notice of non-filing on that one, Your Honor.
All right, that was on the 25th, that will be granted. 2019 MM 8644AO Sergio Moreno.
There was a filing on November 25th, filing ID number 994294428.
Okay, that will be denied. 2019 CF 14885AO Pedro Luis Bonilla Marengo.
On November 18th, there was a notice of non-filing.
I think it was the 22nd, but. All right, 2019 MM 7961AO Stephen Tremaine Young. I'm gonna deny this. He's been in 26 days since his revocation on 11/1/2019, so pursuant to French v. States, not a timely motion. (2019) CF 13108, unless the state had filed an information, but I didn't see what in there.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. 2019 CF 13108AO Willie Lewis McCormick.
On November 25th, there's a notice of non-filing.
All right, that will be granted. 2019 CF 13616AO Morgan Elena Marinello.
On November 25th, there is a filing ID number 994336672.
All right, that will be denied. 2019 CF 14957AO Jariah Marcel Redding.
On November 25th, there's a notice of non-filing.
All right, that will be granted. 2019 CF 13015AO Giovanni Ramos Flores.
On November 25th, there's a filing with filing ID 994252281.
All right, that will be denied. And then I don't believe we have a very large docket this afternoon. We're on the record, it's 11:15, and it is November 26, 2019. This is Judge Wish, Courtroom 1, Session 2. Can I have the parties announce themselves for the record, please?
Shahalian, Office of the Public Defender.
Elaine Fusco, State Attorney's Office.
All right. All right, good afternoon, or still good morning. Can you tell me your name?
Hey, this is Mike.
Mike, is your last name Rouse?
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Rouse, you're here.
People call me Mike.
Okay, Mike. All right, you're here in 2019 MM 9525AO. You were arrested for trespass on property after warning. Do you find probable cause? I'll appoint the public defender. Was there an offer?
Adjudication of guilt, 3 days with credit time served, court cost, and no return to scene.
Here in the may I have a moment?
Sure.
Drive. Forward.
Your Honor, Mr. Braus would like to accept the offer, plea no contest.
Okay. All right, sir, I'm showing you this plea form. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yeah,
All right, did you understand everything that was contained within the plea form?
yeah,
Do you understand all the rights you're giving up by entering the plea?
yeah.
Are you on probation anywhere?
No,
All right, you understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, the plea will subject you to deportation?
yeah.
Okay. I do find a factual basis to accept your plea based on the affidavit in the court file. I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 3 days in the Orange County Jail with credit for 2 days' time served. Can't go back to 901 South Orange Blossom Trail and abide by the trespass warning. And I do have to impose court costs. I'll order that you pay those by November 26, 2020. If you'd like to appeal the judgment and sentence of the court, you must do so in writing within 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you, sir. Good luck.
Goodbye.
All right, please tell me your name, sir.
My name is Furman Arroyo.
All right, Mr. Arroyo, you're here in 2019 CF 1630780. You're arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, battery, trespass in a structure as a refusal to leave, and disorderly intoxication. If you find probable cause, I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in your case. You cannot go back to the 7-Eleven at 9562 East Colonial Drive. You may not have any contact with any listed victim or witness at that location. And you must abide by the trespass warning and no weapons, any firearms, or any ammunition. Your bond will stay set at $2,500 on count 1 and $100 on counts 2 through 4. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Kendra Brown, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Brown, you're here in 2019 CF 16303AO. You're arrested for possession of MDMA and possession of drug paraphernalia. I do find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. You can't possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. The bond will stay set at $1,000, and I'll reduce count 2 to 100. I'm not gonna revoke your release today. You have a court date coming up, you know that?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so you have a court date coming up on December 11th, probably because the state filed an information, okay? Let me see. I don't want you to miss that court date.
What?
So you have an out on release case, and the state did file an information. It looks like there was a written plea of not guilty filed. You do have pretrial conference, so you may want to get in touch with your attorney in that case to see if you need to be there for your pretrial, okay?
Ma'am, Your Honor, that court date is for what charge?
So it's a possession of, you filed an information on October 1st. And it's, I think, possession of a controlled substance and possession of drug paraphernalia, and it's alleged to have occurred on or about the 19th day of July. Do not miss your court date. If you miss your court date, you're probably gonna get your bond revoked and sit in jail.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right?
Okay.
Okay. All right, please tell me your name.
Marco Harris.
All right, Mr. Harris, you're here in 2019 CF 16308AO. You're arrested for carrying a concealed firearm, possession of cannabis with intent to sell or deliver, and possession of more than 20 grams of cannabis. There's probable cause. For those offenses, I'll appoint the public defender. You do qualify for pretrial release. Gonna place you in pretrial release, no weapons, no firearms, no ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You can't go back to the Metro West Apartments, 1001 South Kirkman Road, and you can't possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. Don't violate any of those conditions, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor.
Yeah. Oh, no, hold on one second. Let me see that paperwork real quick. Do you live in the Metro West area, that apartment area? Okay, I'm not gonna say no return, based on the I didn't read that he lived there, okay? You can go back there, okay? Just don't get in trouble,
Yes, ma'am.
okay? All right. Okay, thanks, Robin, sorry. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Jonathan Mines.
All right, Mr. Mines, you're here in 2019 CF 16302AO. You're arrested for possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. I do find probable cause, and you make $500 a week? Is that
Yes.
after taxes, or is that your paycheck? What's your paycheck?
Yeah, it's usually about 500.
You say about, is that?
Yeah, like after taxes. Yeah.
Okay, so is it 500 or is it less than 500?
500 after taxes. Yeah.
So that's what your paycheck is?
Yeah.
Every week?
Yeah.
Okay, you're not gonna qualify for the public defender, okay? Do you have any dependents, any children under the age of 18?
No.
Okay. All right, I can't appoint the PD to represent you. So you can't possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. You can't go back to the Knights Pub at 3910 North Alafaya Trail or have any contact with any witness at that location. Your bond will stay set at 1,000 on count 1, 100 on count 2. I'm not revoking your release. You have a court date coming up. Do not miss that court date. If you miss that court date, the judge will revoke your release and set your bond at none.
The one on December 3rd.
You got it.
I actually signed a paper with my attorney saying that I wasn't.
Okay,
I
make
signed some
sure,
papers with
make
him.
sure you don't need to be there, okay?
Yeah, I know it's on 12/3. Yeah.
Yes, okay?
Yeah.
All right, please tell me your name.
Isaiah Johnson.
All right, do we know what happened to Frisia Reader? Okay, we'll take no action. All right, Mr. Johnson. You're here in 2019 CT 1407AA. You're arrested for driving while license suspended. I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. I'm not gonna ask the state if they have an offer, but, you're on probation, okay? So, I don't think it's a good idea to resolve anything today on your new law violation, okay? So I'm just gonna order that you're not to drive without a valid driver's license. The bond will stay set at 500. Does he have a 5-day hold?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you have a 5-day hold because you're on probation, okay? So I don't know what will happen, but they'll either file an affidavit or not, okay? All right, please tell me your name, sir.
Christopher Laurie.
All right, Mr. Laroy, you're here in 2019 CT 1196AE. You're arrested for driving under the influence. I do find probable cause. Is this his correct plea sheet? Okay, it just doesn't say anything. All right, thank you. Okay. And he doesn't qualify for pretrial release?
He opted to post his bond, and he did sign a form saying that he was gonna post his bond before bail bonds.
Okay,
So that's why we-
all right, I'll stay the bond at 500. You can't possess or consume any alcohol or any illegal substances without a valid prescription, okay? All right, please tell me your name.
Destiny Ramsey.
All right, Ms. Ramsey, you're here in 2019 CT 8594AO. You're arrested for driving under the driving while license suspended. I do find probable cause. And so we couldn't read your form. How much do you make per month?
Well, I'm a dancer, so I told the lady that it varies, so she asked me on my bills, and it came to 3,000.
So it's 3,000 a month?
Yes.
Okay, and one
But
child?
Yeah, but I don't work every day. Like, I make my own schedule.
Okay, but you're saying that generally speaking,
Yeah.
you make about $3,000 a month. Okay. All right, so I can't find that you qualify for the public defender, so I can't appoint them to represent you. You don't have any priors, so I don't want you to plead this case out today, okay? Even if you wanted to, I think maybe you might qualify, or you can try and get your license back, and I think that might be better for you. So I'm gonna put you in pretrial release. You won't have to post a bond. Don't drive without a valid driver's license. Don't get rearrested. Don't get in trouble, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, please tell me your name.
Cynthia Lorraine Willis.
All right, Miss Willis, you're here in 2019 MM 9527AO. You're arrested for possession of cannabis less than 20 grams and possession of drug paraphernalia. And I do find probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender. And so the state's not prosecuting cannabis anymore, but you have a pipe and it tested positive for cocaine. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna order that you're not to possess or consume any illegal substances without a valid prescription. I'm gonna ROR you on the cannabis, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna set your bond at $250 on the drug paraphernalia, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
If you can't make that bond, your attorneys will have to file a motion to set bond for you, okay?
Okay.
Right.
And Your Honor, her case wouldn't be able to be resolved today?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I just don't, without the state filing a no info today on the cannabis, I don't know if that, because normally when Miss Kennedy Swanson was here, she would file a no information on the cannabis charge. So I don't know what the state's doing anymore on those cases, but that, I was advised that they weren't prosecuting them anymore unless it was trafficking, and that they would be filing no information notices at initial appearance, as they've done in the past, so.
They've instructed me to just request ROR and let
Okay,
it be
so
dealt with downtown.
I don't know, without her filing that, the case would still be open on the other charge. If you want to do that, I don't have a problem with that.
May I have a moment?
Sure.
Your Honor, Ms. Willis would like to resolve her
She wants to
case.
resolve it? Okay,
Yes.
I don't know if does the state have an offer for count 2?
The state doesn't have an offer at this time, Your
Okay,
Honor.
if she wants to plead to the bench, she can do that.
Yes,
And then
Your
I don't know if the state will not file on the cannabis. I don't believe that they will, but I can't guarantee that, so she needs to make sure she stays in touch with her attorneys. Huh? I'm RORing her. Says who?
We've done it before in file paper. And
No, nobody's ever pled to one count?
Promise he or she would dismiss.
Yeah, I know they were all getting dismissed, so. So, you know what I'll do, just to save everybody the freak out? Because I'm sure I'll hear about it. I'm gonna ROR you on everything, okay? Miss Willis, you need to make sure you come to the court. They're gonna give you a date.
Okay.
Don't miss your court date.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, okay?
Okay.
I'll just have to talk to somebody at the state. All right, please tell me your name, ma'am.
Amy Love.
All right, Miss Love, you're here in 2019 MM 1063AW. You're arrested for loitering or prowling. Do you find probable cause, and I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Was there an offer?
Yes, Your Honor. Adjudication of guilt, 10 days with credit time served, court cost, and no return to the scene.
Okay, does she have, how much credit?
2 days.
So this is a reset.
Yes.
11:25.
Okay, so it's 2 days? Okay.
May I have a moment, Your Honor?
Sure.
Your Honor, Ms. Love is not going to accept the offer.
Okay. So, Ms. Love, you can't return back to that subdivision. It's the Forest Brook East subdivision. Don't go back there. Find a different way to go to where you live. And you can't have any contact with any witness in the case. And I'm gonna stay the bond at the $500. All right, anything else? All right. We will be in recess until tomorrow.